Hello everyone and welcome to a new edition of the Knipex update. Once again we put together some fantastic new products for you. As you'll see, they cover almost our entire product range, so there really should be something for everyone. These are the products we're focusing on today. As you can see, we've got a lot planned, so let's get straight to the first new product. And here it is, the new high leverage diagonal cutter in a 250mm length. We launched the high leverage diagonal cutter in the 200mm version just over 2 months ago. What exactly is different about the new high leverage diagonal cutter compared to the old one? We have completely redesigned the power joint so that we're even closer to the pivot point, meaning you need about 20% less strength to cut the same material. The cutting edges are, of course, induction hardened and have their geometry specially adjusted to make them even more robust and durable. Also, the entire geometry has been redesigned. If you take a look when I open it fully, I can still grip the front really well. And because we've moved the handles much further forward, they have naturally become longer as well. That has another advantage. If I grip here and close it, but I need more force, I can use my other hand to really grip firmly as well and generate more force. This naturally puts much less strain on your hand and gives you far more options. The new high leverage diagonal cutter comes with the new comfort handles. They offer you the familiar benefits of the Knipextend interface, allowing you to attach your color code clips or tether tool clips at any time, giving you the option to customize the pliers to your needs. But I'd best show you now just how easy it is to use the new 250mm high leverage diagonal cutter. Right, remember safety first. Put on your safety goggles, have a nail to hand, and let's get started. Just make sure when cutting, and this applies to all cutting pliers, that you always position the nail or whatever you're cutting as close as possible to the joint, as this makes it much easier for you. Right, now just hold on tight, give it a squeeze, and the nail is cut. The high leverage diagonal cutter is available in the familiar variants. We have the dip-coated version here, then the one we've just seen with the multi-component handle with a chrome-plated finish, and insulated for electricians with either multi-component handles or dip-coated, both also chrome-plated. We have the same options in the 200mm length as well. Staying on the subject of cutting, and the next pair of pliers is designed for small, delicate work. The Slim Knips is the ideal tool when you're on the move. As you've just seen, it comes with an optional practical holster, so you can carry it around with you really conveniently. I can, of course, carry out standard cable work, for example, cutting 2.5mm squared stranded wire, or solid conductors of up to 1.3mm in diameter. On top of that, it has a transport lock. I simply slide the latch down here, and it opens straight away. As you can see, it's spring-loaded and always opens automatically. There are several ways to use the Slim Knips. One is that I can operate it normally with my thumb, or I can hold it differently and operate it with my fingers. However, there's also the option of holding the Slim Knips like a pair of tweezers and work more calmly and precisely. For transport, I can close it up again. On the back, there's also the option to secure the tool using our tethered tool system when working at height. But there's one more thing. I can work with cable ties really well using the Slim Knips, and I'll show you how that works up there on the cable tray. On the way up, I stowed the Slim Knips away perfectly in the holster. Up here on the cable tray, we now want to bundle a few more cables. To do this really easily, we have the Slim Knips here. I open the transport lock and it pops open. What I'm going to do now is close the transport lock again, even though it's open. When I close it now, you can see that the cutting edge doesn't close completely. That means I can now tighten the cable tie without cutting right through it. We'll take a cable tie here, choose the cable we want to secure, and thread it through. Now, I'd like to tighten it a little more. To do that, we re-engage the transport lock, and now I can go over here and tighten the cable tie without cutting it. Thanks to the micro cutting edge offset, I can now cut the cable tie absolutely flush with the surface so that no edges protrude. If I need to work on it again later and add more cables, I can use the slightly larger opening width and cut the cable tie. But it's not just this size of cable tie that works. I can also cut larger cable ties like this one, up to a width of about 7.6 millimeters. Simply position it, cut, and even the wider cable ties are severed. Compared to conventional side cutters, the slim Knipex space-saving pen-like shape and narrow grip ensure you always have a clear view of your work area, even in tight and particularly deep spaces. The handy spring-loaded opening mechanism allows for precise cutting. The slim Knipex is available in stainless steel or burnished individually or in a set with a holster. And I have some good news for those of you who own the Super Knipex. Many versions of the Super Knipex also fit into this holster.
Hello, I'm Jenna. You can find me on the Instagram channel ElectroBlondie. I'm a qualified electronics technician and I'm here today at the trade fair with Knipex, checking out what new products have come on the market.
Hi Jenna, nice to have you here.
Hi, nice to meet you. I've already seen you've set up quite a lot here and I'm really excited to see what new things you'll show me.
Yes, we are here in the PV section, as you can easily see. Last year we already introduced a few new products for the PV sector, and we want to build on that. I've got 3 really great new products for you, and let's just start with the full range tool. This is our new Force. What makes it special is that the inserted die allows you to cut, strip and crimp all in one pair of pliers. It's designed for MC4 and MC4 Evo 2, but exclusively for 6mm squared. We have a 6mm square cable here and can first insert it at the front and trim it. Then we've got the stripping point here. When stripping, you always have to stick to a certain length. That varies slightly from manufacturer to manufacturer. For the MC4 and MC4 Evo 2, it's about 6 to 7 millimeters. Right, we don't have a scale on this, but if you insert the cable and make sure it's roughly flush with the frame, maybe protruding just a little, you've got your 6 millimeters. Now I don't close the pliers all the way, I turn them once or twice, then close them with my thumb and strip the insulation off. Now I've got my correct stripping length.
That's great.
I can check that by using the scale here. Hold that against it, and there I am at 6 millimeters. Right, and now we want to crimp the whole thing. I'll take my crimp contact here, or that one, it doesn't matter. I'll just take the small one here. I'll insert that here, press it together, making sure I don't press it too far, but just enough so that the contact stays in place. I insert my cable, and now I press down once. And that's it. All done.
The crimp looks really neat too. I like it.
Now we've got that crimped, so we can now fit the whole thing into the connector. Right. There we go, it's in. After that, it needs to be tightened to the correct torque. Every manufacturer has certain specifications on how many Newton meters of torque are required to ensure it's truly waterproof and holds securely. And that brings us to a really cool new second tool. And that's this little thing here. It has several functions in one. Let's start by flipping this lever here to release these MC4 contacts. That means I just slot this onto it, and I can release the contact straight away.
That's cool. I usually open it with a screwdriver, and you also have to be careful not to damage the contacts here and make sure it's still in the right position.
These locking tabs here?
Exactly. But with this tool, it's really simple. Can you do that with a different connector too? Or is it specifically just for this one here?
That's the beauty of it. The old keys we had were only for the MC4. And this one can handle both the MC4, as you've just seen, and the new MC4 Evo 2. And those are closed on the sides. You can't get in there any other way. And it's the same here. The long side goes back in the handle, then I slip this over it and I can release it straight away. Do you want to have a go?
Yes, please. I always found it really difficult to open this before, because it's a right faff doing it with a screwdriver. But I can see now. Exactly, it works perfectly. The long side down and the short side up, and it opens really easily. Really easy. Can the tool do anything else?
Yes, we can also use it to tighten to the correct torque. Because when we plug the cable in here, there's a seal inside and you have to tighten it to a specific torque. Because you want it to be watertight and dustproof. But you mustn't over-tighten the seal either. Yes, so you can use this one perfectly well. It has the cable attached already. The inside here is for the MC4 Evo 2 connectors. They fit in there exactly. And the outside, that's the nice thing about it. Fits the MC4. I can just plug it in here. Yes. Right. And regarding the torque, I'll just pop this into the contact. Now I'll use the blue element. I've got the release mechanism here. Slide it over the cable, slide it over here, and now I can tighten it. And as soon as it clicks, I'll hear it. And then exactly, it clicks, that means I've reached the torque. That's it.
Who would you recommend this tool to? People work with it every day, or smaller companies that don't deal with PV that much and just do it now and then.
Well, I'd say this is the perfect pair of pliers in combination with this new key for companies that say, PV isn't my bread and butter, but I'd like to offer it or provide it to customers who ask about it. Because I'm naturally limited to 6mm squared here. But I have everything neatly in one pair of pliers, and most cables are 6mm squared nowadays. If I've specialized in PV and work on existing systems, new installations, small-scale installations, large-scale installations, then I would definitely go for our new case, because here I have all the tools to carry out the entire cable assembly. That means I have the option to cut my cable, I can do the stripping of my cable, and here you can see the difference of 4, 6 or 10 square millimeters. 4mm squared used to be the most common with older systems, but you know that better than anyone. Now they've become more powerful.
They've all gone up to 6mm squared. With this tool case, you're simply more flexible in day-to-day work, if you do this frequently.
Exactly. And the special features are the crimping pliers. I can use the die for MC4 and MC4 Evo 2. 4, 6 and 10mm squared. I can cover the whole range with this. With this one I'm only using the most common one, 6mm squared so to speak. And I have the locator at the back. Yes, I have the locator for the Evo 2 connector. We've got a 6mm squared here. I'll just press down here. I insert it, let it drop in. Hang on. That's where we need to go. There, and no matter which way it's facing and how it's positioned. As soon as I let go, it always aligns itself automatically. And it stays in the pliers.
It won't fall out anymore, which is also an advantage if, for example, you're standing on a roof or something like that you won't lose the connector so easily, but it stays in there and I can just slide my cable in and crimp it.
Exactly. And the great thing about this is that, in principle, this clamp also acts as a stop. That means you can actually see straight away, once you've done the stripping, whether it's long enough or whether it's too long, and I still need to shorten it a bit.
Yes, that's definitely a huge help.
And then you just press down here again, release it, take your cable out, and if you want to work with the MC4 connectors, you simply take the other locator here, unscrew this, and then you can work with the MC4. Okay, and you can simply unscrew it with a normal Allen key, which comes with the set. And in the new set, because you need to work with MC4 and MC4 Evo 2, the key is of course included. Basically, the all-inclusive package.
Right, thanks for showing me all the new products.
Thanks for coming along, Jenna.
And I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how all these products will perform on site.
We're now here at our production facility. A new machine is being assembled over there. Behind me, the cabinet is already fully prepared. All that's missing is the power supply. That still needs to be stripped. As you know, that's usually the trickiest part. But we've got a new tool to help you with that. The new STX60. The new STX60 makes the whole process much easier for you, even when pulling. To reduce the frictional resistance, the STX60 has some very nice rollers here. One at the bottom and one at the top, which reduce the frictional resistance. The blade is fully retracted during transport and is only adjusted at the cable. As you can see, in this case we have a 5-core rubber cable, but it's also suitable for PVC and PUR sheaths. What's important here, and you can see this very clearly with the rubber cable, is that the sheath thickness is not uniform throughout. We need to make sure we pick the thinnest spot of the sheath and adjust the blade accordingly. Let's do that now. I'm setting up the STX60 and I just slide the blade block up against the cable. You may already be familiar with the mechanism from our Tubix. The quick lock function secures it in place, and now I have this adjustment wheel here, which I can use to turn the blade out. Right, now I'm looking very carefully so that I don't touch the wires. Once I've adjusted it, I can press this button and remove the blade from the cable again. Now we're ready for a circumferential cut. For that, I'll position it here and use the quick adjustment to push it as far as I can. Now I'll go over here, close it, and clamp the whole thing in place. Not too tight, just enough so it sits securely. Now let's make the circumferential cut. I hold the cable firmly and give it a twist. And there we have it. I've made my circumferential cut. Now I'm ready to make the longitudinal cut. To do this, I loosen it here again, ease off the pressure a little, and release the lock. Now I'm repositioning this, making sure my blade enters at the same spot again. That's here, and I'll tighten it again. Right. And now I have two options. One option is to reach here. I have a lever here that makes pulling easier. I can just fold this out, grip here, and make my longitudinal cut. If that's too difficult for you because the resistance is too great, or you have longer distances to cover, you can also use a ratchet. I'll insert my ratchet here and can now work my way completely through the sheath until I reach the end. Before the drive roller leaves my cable, I remove the ratchet, grab the lever again, and apply a little gentle pressure in this direction. I'll pull now so that my blade stays in long enough to cut off the last bit of the sheath as well. So I'll grab here and pull gently in that direction, and there I have it. I've made the longitudinal cut. Now I'll go back over it. Retract the blade again so that I can't hurt myself. There. Now we've got this, and now we can strip this sheath off wonderfully. When you do this regularly, the blade will naturally become blunt at some point, and that's why there are two spare blades for you right here in the handle. Simply unscrew this, and you'll automatically have two spare blades with you, and can get straight back to work. And when these eventually wear out too, you can order further spare parts from your retailer.
Sofort weitere Ersatzteile bestellen.
Mobility and flexibility are more important than ever these days. I'm sure you're all familiar with this from, say, assignments in city centers, where travel distances and walking routes have become significantly longer. Knipex already offers a wide range of transport options for you, and we are expanding this range. Specifically with the new modular X15 backpack, essentially the little brother to the X18. Let's take a look at it from the outside. We fitted moller straps to the front here as well, so you can attach accessories, equipment as well as these holders and rings, and use them to carry additional tools, for example. There's also a small pocket on the outside for the moller straps, where you can easily carry equipment such as screws, clamps or other small accessories. If we turn the whole thing round, we fitted pockets and elastic bands on the side where you can store spirit levels or other tools, for example. And with the fitlock system featuring this fastener, you can securely carry items such as adhesive rolls. If we now look at the back, we have a very well padded back panel, which makes carrying it for longer distances really comfortable for you, combined with these wider shoulder straps. If you have one of our robust tool cases with the telescopic handles, you can also transport and secure it easily using this strap. This way you've got your hands free on long journeys and can perhaps even carry something in each hand while the backpack stays in place. It's equipped with this chest strap and here too the fitlock system. On the other side, we've got a large pocket where you can store a drinks bottle, for example. For better visibility, we've added several reflectors on both this side and this side. Moving round to the back, we have our laptop compartment here. It's very important that this is completely separate from your tool compartment. To ensure that your instruments, such as measuring devices, laptops and tablets, really do stay intact, they're separated by a hard shell, so that even sharper tools can't damage your equipment. You have the option to store a tablet or a laptop up to 15 inches. There are also a few more pockets here, such as this one at the front, where you can store chargers or measuring instruments. Let's move on to the tool compartment. It's also fitted with a zip, and if, for example, you go for a break and want to leave the backpack behind, you can secure it at the top with a lock so that no one can get their hands on your tools. It's very easy to open, and if we flip it open at the front, we have a total of 58 inserting options across the whole backpack. So you really have enough space to stow your tools. We have a wide variety of pockets here, which are reinforced with elastic bands. So you can see that your tools really stay in place and are well secured. Here at the front, in the lid area, we've also added another pocket and fitted elastic bands so that you can store various types of screwdrivers or other tools there. This way, you'll have everything neatly and tidily organized in the tool backpack. On the outside, the backpack is made from a recycled, very durable plastic material, so it will last you for a long time, and it's also dirt resistant. In addition, there is a hard base tray that's waterproof, so that on construction sites, which might sometimes be outdoors where there's a small puddle, the backpack won't get soaked. If you're looking for a compact transport solution, then the X15 is definitely for you. Last but not least, let's dive into the world of 4-mandrel crimping. We have put together a complete system for you, consisting of 4 pliers, 15 locators, and which is capable of processing up to 5,000 contacts. To do this, go to our website, click on Products and then Digital Product Advice and open the Crimp Finder. Now enter the part number of your connector. It is important to ensure that this is the original manufacturer's part number. In this example, we want to use a Harting connector. You can now select the part number of your connector from the drop-down menu. Once you have done this, the system will suggest suitable crimping pliers. For smaller contacts, this will be the smaller crimping pliers for the range of 0.08 to 2.5 mm squared. For larger contacts, it will be the larger pliers for the range from 0.14 to 6 mm squared. You then need to decide whether you prefer an analog or a digital version. Once you've done that, you'll be automatically redirected and the correct locator will be suggested to you. All you have to do is place your order. Once it's arrived, you can attach the locator to your pliers.
Dann montiert ihr die Kontaktaufnahme an eure Zange.
It's very simple. Place it on the screw at the back here, turn it a little, and then we'll take 2 Allen keys, insert one from the side, and use the other to tighten the locator. There. We only need to tighten it hand tight. We don't need much force at all. There we go. We've attached our locator to our precision crimping pliers, and now it's a matter of finding the correct settings. I have the instruction manual here, and there's a QR code, which we'll scan now, and then I'll show you how to find the correct settings. Right, now let's scan this. There we go. You'll be taken straight to the settings table. There we'll now look for the correct setting. To do this, we'll check the list to see which contact number we have. In this case, our contact number ends in 6105. Once we've found it, we can also double-check the correct item number for our locator. Right, if that matches, we move further to the right into the settings column. And there, I'll set the correct values on my crimping pliers. That means I switch it on first, and we can now see here that we don't have the correct value displayed here. We currently have a value of 2.07, but we need 1.80. To change it, I'll use the adjustment wheel here. I open the pliers and turn it until I reach the value 1.80. Right, one more, 2, and there we have it. We've got the right value for the pliers. Now we just need to set the locator correctly. To do that, we have all these labels here. And we've said that we need Han CM, and that would be the case here. That means I now pull the locator up and turn it into the correct position until it clicks back into place. Now we can get started. I take my contact, insert it into the pliers, take my corresponding cable, feed it into the contact, and now all I have to do is crimp. There you go. My contact is crimped absolutely perfectly. Right then, that brings us to the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found the tools interesting, and as I mentioned at the start, I think that there really is something for everyone. On that note, I'd like to thank you all and wish you a good time. See you next time. All the best, Marc-André.